You think you know yourself? But let me tell you something uncomfortable. Most people live their whole lives surrounded by mirrors that flatter them, not sharpen them. The people closest to you are either carving your character or corroding it. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future isn't just an old proverb. It's a prediction. Because every conversation, every influence, every circle you sit in is slowly forming your fate. But here's the part no one likes to admit. Sometimes the fool in your life isn't them. It's you. Not because you're evil or broken, but because you stopped questioning yourself. You defend your habits, your comfort, your ego, like a fortress built on sand. The truth, wisdom begins the moment you stop assuming you already have it. Let's strip away the noise and face the 6 brutal signs that you might be living like a fool, not to shame you, but to wake you up. You've met him before, the man who thinks every conversation is a battlefield. He doesn't listen, he reloads. His goal isn't truth, it's victory. He doesn't seek to understand, only to dominate. And here's the danger. You might be that man without realizing it. The Stoics warn that the one who refuses to listen cannot grow. Epictetus said it best. It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. Arguing isn't strength when it comes from insecurity. It's just fear dressed as confidence. Every time you interrupt, dismiss, or talk over someone, you reveal that your ego is louder than your intellect. A wise man doesn't fight to be right. He fights to see clearly. He listens with the intent to understand, not to win. The foolish man, however, speaks louder because he's terrified of silence. But silence is where truth lives. Ask yourself, when was the last time you actually listened? Because wisdom doesn't enter through the mouth, it enters through the ears. You call it bad luck, but deep down, it's just a lack of discipline. Weak men love the idea of luck because it frees them from accountability. They see a man succeed and say, he got lucky. They see someone fit, peaceful, or wealthy, and assume fortune handed it to him. What they don't see are the early mornings, the failures, the grind no one claps for. Stoicism doesn't deny chance, it rejects dependence on it. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Yet fools obsess over what they can't control, while their inner world rots from neglect. Believing in luck is comforting because it makes effort optional. But comfort breeds weakness. The disciplined man shows up regardless of weather, mood, or applause. He doesn't wait for a sign, he becomes one. Luck is what the lazy call the consistent man's reward. You can pray for fortune or you can train for mastery. One leads to waiting, the other to winning. You see him everywhere. A man endlessly fighting meaningless battles. He argues online, curses traffic, debates strangers about politics, celebrities, or gossip. Every ounce of his energy burns on distractions that don't build his life. He feels powerful in the moment, but emptier afterward. That's not strength, that's self-sabotage. Marcus Aurelius warned, you could be good today, but you choose tomorrow. Every argument you choose is an investment of your spirit. The fool spends it recklessly. The wise man guards it like gold. Not every insult deserves an answer. Not every hill deserves your blood. While fools rage against the world, the Stoic redirects his fire inward, forging patience, clarity, and control. You cannot master your destiny if you can't even master your attention. Ask yourself, what are you fighting for? If it doesn't strengthen your discipline, purify your focus, or bring peace to your mind, it's not a battle. It's a distraction dressed as purpose. Most men today are ruled by what they feel. They say, I feel hurt, so you must have wronged me. Or, I feel angry, so you must be the enemy. But feelings aren't facts, they're weather. They shift, storm, and pass. The Stoics taught that emotions are signals, not commands. You can observe them without obeying them. The foolish man confuses emotion with truth. If he feels offended, he assumes that he has been attacked. If he feels jealous, he assumes he has been cheated. His entire world bends to his moods. That's not awareness, that's slavery. A wise man feels everything but remains anchored in reason. He pauses before he reacts, measures before he moves, and decides from values, not impulses. Control doesn't mean you suppress emotion. It means emotion no longer controls you. The man who cannot manage his feelings will destroy his peace faster than any enemy ever could. Master your emotions, or they will master you. He keeps falling for the same toxic partner, trusting the same unreliable friend, making the same financial mistakes, and every time, he blames bad luck. But repetition is not fate, it's avoidance. The Stoics taught that failure is only wasted when it isn't examined. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." Yet most men never react with reflection. They escape instead. New people, new jobs, in new places, while dragging the same unexamined habits everywhere they go. That's why nothing changes. Pain is life's tuition, but fools drop out before they learn the lesson. A wise man pauses after the fall. He asks, "What did this teach me about myself?" He studies his shame, turns it into strategy, and builds armor from every scar. The fool, meanwhile, keeps walking back into the same fire, hoping it won't burn this time. Wisdom is simple. Learn faster than life can hurt you. Your circle is either a mirror or a cage. A foolish man surrounds himself with men who justify his weakness. They complain, gossip, blame, and waste time together, calling it friendship. But what it really is comfort disguised as connection. Seneca warned, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." If you're the smartest, strongest, or most disciplined person in the room, you're in the wrong room. The wise seek challenge, not validation. The fool seeks company that never demands change. Look closely at your circle. Do they sharpen you or soften you? Do they push you forward or lull you into mediocrity? You will absorb their habits, their talk, their energy. You cannot rise with anchors tied around your legs. So, if you want to change your future, don't start with your goals. Start with your environment. Because your friends aren't just people you hang out with. They're previews of who you're becoming. Comfort feels safe, but it's a silent killer. The fool spends his life chasing ease, soft beds, soft schedules, soft excuses. He calls it peace, but it's decay. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, you trade your potential for temporary relief. The Stoics trained themselves through discomfort, cold mornings, hunger, silence, not because they were cruel to themselves, but because they knew pleasure dulls the blade of strength. Seneca reminded us, "Set aside a certain number of days to practice poverty, so that you may never fear it." Discipline is forged in discomfort. The wise man steps into what others avoid: the cold shower, the difficult conversation, the extra rep, the early morning. He knows that comfort never builds resilience, only dependency. You cannot build a sharp mind in a soft life. Every day you choose ease, you lose a piece of your edge. Don't wait for motivation. Seek discomfort until comfort becomes meaningless. The foolish man spends his life trying to control everything: people, outcomes, the future, and when things fall apart, he collapses with them. The Stoics taught the opposite. Peace begins where control ends. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." The wise man understands this distinction. He focuses his energy where it matters: his thoughts, his actions, his response. The fool wastes energy demanding that the world obey him. But the world never does. That's why he's always angry, anxious, disappointed. He fights the tides instead of learning how to sail. Every time you try to control what isn't yours, you give away the power that is. Your freedom begins the moment you accept this. The world doesn't owe you comfort, fairness, or predictability, but it does offer you a choice: how you will respond to chaos. The wise don't chase control, they master composure. That's real power. The modern fool isn't lazy, he's busy with nothing. His attention is constantly hijacked by screens, notifications, and noise. He scrolls endlessly, consumes endlessly, reacts endlessly, but creates nothing. The Stoics would call this spiritual suicide. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Every time you reach for your phone instead of your purpose, you teach your brain to crave stimulation instead of focus." The foolish man confuses activity with progress. He thinks being busy means being useful, but he's just avoiding stillness, because stillness forces him to face himself. The wise man guards his attention like a fortress. He cuts out the trivial, deletes the noise, and builds sacred time for deep work and reflection. In a distracted world, discipline is rebellion. You either master your focus, or someone else will rent it from you. Choose what deserves your eyes, or lose your mind. The fool cannot stand being alone because solitude exposes him. Without noise, he hears his doubts. Without people, he sees his emptiness. That's why he constantly seeks distraction: parties, gossip, endless noise, anything to escape himself. But a man who cannot sit quietly with his thoughts is not free. He's dependent. The Stoics embraced solitude not as isolation, but as training. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet wrote in silence every morning, confronting his own weakness before facing the world. Alone is where you meet your real self, stripped of roles, opinions, and performance. The wise man uses solitude as a forge. The fool uses company as a crutch. If you always need others to feel valuable, you'll forever trade your peace for attention. Learn to enjoy your own presence. Sit in silence. Let your mind speak, because the man who conquers solitude will never again beg for company. He becomes his own source of strength. The fool lives as if he has forever. He delays discipline, postpones purpose, and tells himself, "I'll start when I'm ready." But time doesn't negotiate. Every wasted hour is gone forever. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." The wise man lives with urgency, not panic, but clarity. He treats each morning like a debt he must repay to existence. The fool, meanwhile, kills time as if it were endless, scrolling, waiting, drifting. He thinks tomorrow is guaranteed, yet can't even master today. Life isn't lost in one great tragedy. It fades in thousands of small distractions and lazy choices. Don't wait for the right moment. There isn't one. The right moment is the one you discipline yourself to act in. Every day you delay your calling, it decays. Remember this: time doesn't take prisoners. It only takes everything. You're not stupid, but you might still be living like someone who refuses to wake up. Foolishness isn't a curse. It's a comfort zone you defend, but comfort breeds decay. The difference between the fool and the wise man is not intelligence, it's courage. The courage to face yourself, to admit you've been wrong, to break your own cycles. You don't need another book, another guru, another plan. You need action. Listen instead of argue. Build instead of complain. Discipline your mind instead of drowning in emotion. Walk with men who demand your growth, not your excuses. Be willing to be uncomfortable, alone, misunderstood, because that's the path that forges greatness. As Seneca said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." If you saw even one of these signs in yourself, take it as a mirror, not a sentence. Stand up. Decide today that you will no longer live like a fool. You will rise like a man reborn. Before you scroll away, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, which part of this message hit you the hardest? Which truth exposed a habit you've been hiding behind? Don't just nod and move on. Change doesn't happen through listening. It happens through decision. If something in you stirred while hearing this, that's your signal, not to think about it, but to act on it. Start today. Fix one small thing. Cut one bad habit. Choose one area to be disciplined in. Because transformation isn't built overnight, it's built daily, through uncomfortable choices that no one sees. Type in the comments below which truth you're going to face first. Speak it into existence, and then live it. This is your moment to stop existing like everyone else and start rising like the Stoic you're meant to be. Thanks for listening, and welcome to Stoic Power Lab, where strength is built, not inherited. Now go and prove to yourself that you're done living like a fool.